So, I looked at the minimum requirements for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, and honestly, I knew this was going to be rough. The developers are asking for an Intel Core i7-6700 or an AMD Ryzen 5 3400G just to get things rolling, along with a GTX 1060 or RX 580 with 6 GB of VRAM. That's basically the PC version of saying, if you don't bring a tank, don't show up to the battlefield. And yet, here I am, with an Intel i3 processor and no dedicated graphics card, armed with nothing but Intel UHD integrated graphics. Now, normally, I like to push low-end PCs to the absolute limit. Sometimes, I get surprised by how games can still run, even if it's at potato-level graphics. So, I downloaded the game, hit launch, and waited to see what would happen. The game's response? Unsupported graphics card. Please read the system requirements for details. Intel R UHD graphics is not supported. And then it just ticked me out. No cutscene, no loading screen, not even a little mercy. Just straight rejection. It was like trying to enter a nightclub in slippers. Of course, I didn't give up right away. I'd tried the usual low-end PC survival tricks, updating drivers, tweaking compatibility settings, even lowering system resolution. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I hoped the game might at least limp along at 1 frame per second, but deep down, I already knew the outcome. When the official minimum CPU itself is miles above my i3, the writing was on the wall. Let's talk about those requirements for a second. This game wants 16 GB of RAM, a dedicated GPU with at least 6 GB of VRAM, and DirectX 12 support. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with an integrated GPU that can barely keep up with YouTube at 4K. It's not even a fair fight. It's like sending a bicycle to a Formula One race. What's interesting is that the older Dead Rising games were pretty forgiving. You could squeeze them onto lower hardware if you were patient enough. But this deluxe remaster is clearly aiming for modern visuals and performance. So, unless your PC has some real horsepower under the hood, you're not getting past that error screen. And this isn't just about my setup. If you're running any kind of system without a dedicated graphics card, or if you're stuck with older CPUs, you can pretty much rule this one out. Even if by some miracle the game launched, you'd be staring at slideshows instead of gameplay. And trust me, Dead Rising is not the kind of game you want to play in PowerPoint mode. Zombies don't wait for frame drops. So, what's the takeaway here? If you're rocking a low-end PC like mine, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is unfortunately off the table. You won't even get to see the title screen before the game shuts you down. But hey, that's the fun of testing these games on low-end hardware. We get to find out which ones are playable and which ones are strictly VIP access only. To sum it up, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster might be a great game for those with powerful PCs, but for low-end gamers like us, it's a no-go. My Intel UHD graphics waved the white flag before the battle even started. If you really want to enjoy this game, you're going to need at least a mid-tier setup that meets or beats those official requirements. Otherwise, save yourself the heartbreak. And that's it for this test. Sometimes we get miracles, sometimes we get error messages. And today, well, we definitely got the latter.